Rolling and start the playback.
I had a rare Saturday morning off, and we were eating breakfast at the 7 Mile Café in Denton, Texas. I was over 30 and working 2 jobs that I didn't like. We were almost 7 years into marriage, living in a one-room apartment, and our first child was a few months from being born. She was excited, and I was afraid. I'd spent almost a decade on a dream that hadn't happened yet. When my peers were building careers, I had been building a band, and the foundation had taken longer than I anticipated. Now, well beyond the age of starting from scratch, I was working multiple entry-level jobs, and I felt pressure to provide for my family what all families should have: enough. At the cafe, there was a song playing in the background that I hadn't heard before. It had a driving double-time rhythm that not only sounded good, but it felt good too. It felt like things are supposed to. With that, I asked the waitress if she could check the playlist and tell me the name of the song. The waitress returned, "It's some song called Dancing with Myself by Billy Idol." Driving home, the rhythm was in my head along with everything else. Unlike Billy Idol, I had everything to prove, but I wasn't dancing alone. I spent the better part of that morning strumming my guitar and jotting down lines. At some point, I sang the words "Season of Youth." I'm still not sure what that means, but I think I was trying to make sense of everything. I'd reached the age of arrival, but I hadn't really arrived anywhere yet. This reflection led to a confrontation with the inevitable truth that youth can only last for a season, and it's a season that can only be lived once. Seasons change, life goes on, and we all end up somewhere. Maybe writing this song was my way of coming to terms with where I'd ended up. More so, I think maybe it's a celebration of who I ended up with. Having a family of my own was the dream that had come true. And despite all I thought I didn't have on that day, despite the inability to go back in time and the subtle renunciation of the present, I think that writing this song helped me realize that who you're with is more important than where you are.